Hey friends, so I wanted to take a minute to tell you about a really cool opportunity to work with me and more importantly, to really further your spiritual seeking. I know you guys so well. We've been together for so many years, and you guys are all deep thinkers and spiritual seekers and looking for mind expansion. Well, so here's the deal. It took me, I think, 9 or 10 months to develop a course. It's called Unlock Your Intuition and Meet Your Spirit Guide. So if you're someone that's like, what am I hearing? Am I hearing my fears? Am I hearing my intuition? Is that my spirit guide? What is a spirit guide? How do I know if I'm connecting with my loved ones? If you're someone that's asking those questions and you're someone that's like, I really want to focus on my spiritual journey, this course is for you. I put my heart and soul into this course because I've been reading for people for 17 years. And I talk to you guys and I talk to people I work with. And one of the top questions I get is, how do I work with my intuition? What's amazing is that we all have it. We all have a spirit guide. I've never met anyone that didn't have a spirit guide. And there is a way using clear, grounded steps to access your intuition and to also meet and work with your spirit guide. And that's what this course is all about. So here's how it goes. March 3rd, 2025 is the start of this course. So it's a Monday. So on that Monday, you will receive a series of videos. These videos you can watch at your own pace. You can watch them all in one day. You can watch them throughout the week. It's work at your own pace. And after week 1, you will have a private Zoom call with me and only people that are on this course. You will also have access to a private Facebook group, and you'll be able to ask any questions you want and really connect about what we're learning. So same thing, you'll get a new series of videos for week 2, 3, and 4. And then after week 4, we'll have another live Zoom and we'll get to chat and really hone in and tune in to any questions that you have. Week 5 is your bonus week, but here's the cool thing. You also will receive a gift from me in the mail, something very special that we will learn about in week 3. So week 3, we go into tools and also how to work with crystals. It's a lot of fun. This course is so fun. And it's an amazing time for you to make a commitment to yourself and to your spiritual path. It's really time, you guys. I have searched far and wide for anything like this course, and there isn't anything. There's amazing courses out there, but this one is really special. I am so excited to share this information with you. All of this information that I've gathered it's not for me. It's for everyone. And I've put it in this really cohesive, easy to use course. If you go on to my Instagram, you can click the link in my bio and read more about it. Read about the testimonials, experience through the testimonials what has changed for people, what they have learned. I really wouldn't be talking about this and so excited for you guys to take it with me if I didn't believe in this course. This is it. No one can give you your intuition. No one can hand you your relationship to your guides. You have to develop that. And these are really easy, cohesive tools. And I am so excited for you guys to have them. So again, it is March 3rd, 2025. We are starting. Click the link in my bio and you can learn all about this course there and you can sign up there, or feel free to email info@ericagabriel.com and we will send you a link and we will show you how to sign up. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited to see you again. It's very cool because people that have taken the course already some of them are joining us again because they had such a positive experience and they want to resharpen their tools. This is a supercharge. This is supercharging your spiritual journey, your spiritual path. It's a powerful statement to make to the universe that you're ready to tune into your intuition. It's life-changing. Join me. I can't wait to be with you. And I really, really hope you enjoy this week's episode of You Are Not Alone. God bless, friends, and I'll see you soon.
Welcome to You Are Not Alone. This is a safe place to explore all things spiritual and beyond. I am spiritual medium Erica Gabriel.
Hello, friends. Welcome to You Are Not Alone. Thank you for being here. You know what? Actually, let me start out by thanking you for leaving me reviews on Apple Podcasts and ratings. I went there the other day and I was reading them. I'm like, are you kidding me? These are the nicest things anyone could ever say. Thank you so much. Thank you for leaving those. God, I mean, how many things, how many people, how much stuff do we have in our lives and to dos and to take time out and just write me those thoughtful reviews? It's so nice. And I know it sounds like I'm like, gas me up, but it's not that. It's like when other people find the podcast and they look at the review, they're going to be like, oh, this sounds cool. I want to listen to this too, which means I keep on getting to spread messages from spirit, which is why I'm here. So thank you so, so much. Yeah, it really helps me keep going as well, just on a personal level, because, you know, everything I do is just with and for spirit. So I'm just kind of like talking into the wind sometimes, and just putting it out there and just walking in faith. And so the fact that the words are being heard and received and it serves you is really, really supportive, and it just helps me keep going. So thank you so, so much. Um, so that is that. So this episode is just about being subtle with spirit and also being light with spirit. So I've done it too, but we are humans. We like to see shit. You know what I mean? Like, we like to see things. It's very weird for us to believe and feel things that we can't see, right? Our sight is such a huge part of how we live. There's people that don't have sight, and then their other senses are so highly, highly supercharged and activated, right? But even if you don't have sight, then you want to feel something solid, something concrete, right? And so for us, we want to see it to believe it. And that's really, really normal. We are not in spirit. We are here in the earth element. We have senses, we have abilities, and we like to see things. That's why signs are so huge with people. Grandma, send me a rainbow. We want to see that rainbow. And a lot of us don't believe that grandma is around us until we see that rainbow. And then we see the rainbow, go, okay, fine, grandma's around us. You know what I mean? It's super normal, guys. Some people just they're like, I need to see grandma. Like, I want her to haunt my house. I want her to come and sit in her chair. And unfortunately, their energy has shifted. They are not in that element anymore, that concrete human experience anymore. They didn't die, but they've elevated and transformed. Their energy has turned into something else. So, as humans, we are asking spirit to act like they're still on earth. And we ask spirit that all the time, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I grappled with that so much when I opened as a medium. I was like, okay, like, just talk to me and tell me exactly what to do. I wanted like my guides to be like, okay, girl, here's what's going on. So you need to go here and you need to do this. And it just doesn't happen. Working with spirit is a subtle vibration. It is a spiritual vibration. You see what I'm seeing? See what I'm saying? Are you feeling what I'm putting down? It is a subtle vibration that you can turn the volume up. But there must be acknowledgement that it is not the earth vibration, it is the spirit vibration. And when you acknowledge that you are tuning into a subtle vibration, a vibration that's very different than the vibration here, it forces us to quiet the demands and the demand on spirit, that spirit acts in a way that makes us feel better and that it proves itself. Spirit does not owe us proving itself. It doesn't owe us that. Spirit is, period. It is our ability to tune in to the vibration, It is our desire to tune in to the vibration. And knowing that forces us to quiet and to listen. And when we're listening and quieting, we get all of that stuff. But do I know if this is real? Is that my fear? Is that my facts? Is that my guides? What is that? So then we go, well, I don't know. I feel so scrambled. I feel so unclear. Spirit, drop a mug off my wall so I know you're there. And it's just not going to happen. So the idea is to work with tools to quiet down, quiet the demands, and just be, so that you can gently match the subtle vibration of spirit so that you can find what you're looking for. Okay. If you are hearing this, hold on, let me see what date it is. Do you guys ever know what date it is? Ever? I don't. I ask my kids all the time. I'm like, hey, what's the date? They're like, Mom, it's the 28th. I'm like, what day is it? They're like, oh my gosh, Mom. Anyway, if you are hearing this podcast when it very first comes out, you will be hearing it on March 4th, 2025. If you are listening to this years later, days later, months later, welcome. You're totally cool. Listening to it whenever you want. But if you are hearing this on March 4th, 2025, I am in the middle of teaching a course, not even the middle. I'm on the second day of teaching a course. You are not late. You are not late. It is a work at your own pace, work from home course. So if you want to hop on, get with this, because this course is about developing tools to tune into the subtle vibration of spirit. And when you tune into spirit, you can meet your guide. When you tune into spirit, you have a clearer channel to your loved ones. When you tune into spirit, you can work with crystals, all those things. These are concrete tools. You access my course by clicking the link in my bio at Spiritual Medium Erica. Click it, go in and take a look at the course. Join me. You're not too late. I promise. Okay. So that aside, whether it's my course, another course, or not even a course, you just start your own practice and start working with your guides on your own, which is unbelievably possible. Okay. We are all candidates for guide connection. We are all candidates for spirit connection. We are all candidates to tune into our intuition, not just me, not just, you know, whoever. You are a candidate. So, tuning in is slowing down. Spirit's energy is so different than ours in so many ways. Now, when I talk to loved ones who've crossed over, they are transforming their energy back to who they were when they were here. It doesn't mean they don't have those memories and that love, but when they're in spirit, they shift, right? The energy shifts, and then they come back and to talk to us in a way they remember, they take on those mannerisms and characteristics of who they were here. Okay. But tuning into the subtle vibration is a practice. But the first step is acknowledging that it's different. It sounds different. It feels different. And the more you're saying, I want to see it right now, spirit, be a loud, booming voice in my head, the more you're holding spirit to that standard, the further away you get. Believe me, you don't want to hear a booming voice in your head. Do you know how freaking scary that is? If you heard some foreign voice in your head, you would think, I've lost my mind, right? So it is that vibration. So the other thing about working with spirit, why did I say it like that? The other thing, um, anyway, are you guys still with me? um, so the other thing about working with spirit that I find is an elevation in energy where there is a match of a joyful feeling. So let me backtrack that a little bit. I have seen people in horrific pain. I talk to people every week in horrific pain and suffering. And many times I've seen angels around them that are comforting them and that often wrap their wings around them so that they can sleep or have some peace at certain times. And even sometimes angels come and give that person relief, and the person doesn't even remember that. Okay. That's a whole nother topic. Have I done a podcast on angels? I think I have. But okay, I digress. Is that the correct word? I digress. So, and it doesn't mean that when you're in desperation and upset and feeling terrible, that spirit abandons you. Quite the contrary. But it's saying that when you are hoping to connect, there is a component of elevation of energy and allowing your mind to go loose and not grabbing the crap out of it and squeezing it and being demanding of it. There is that energy of like, I tune into spirit, and it's like there is a lightness to it and a joyfulness around it. I have two examples. Are you ready? Buckle it up. Okay. So here's the first example. My dad is virtually a World War II specialist at this point. He has spent his entire life reading every single, and I do mean every single book and text written on World War II. And I mean everyone. My dad is 83 years old. He also was semi insomnia and he read voraciously. My dad is still with us and I love him so much. And he's suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia right now, which I haven't spoken about on the podcast. So I don't mean to just bring it up flippantly. I know how many of you, oh my gosh, so many of you are going through this with someone. Oh my gosh, so many of you. And I know the pain and the suffering you're experiencing. So I don't want to bring that up lightly. Um, and I want to expand on it at another time. So my dad is still here. And that's why I was just explaining, because I think I said was a specialist, or, it can be very dynamic and confusing when someone is in this state. Okay. So he has read every single text, every single book. Okay. He read a book about a fighter pilot in World War II who was young. He was like 19, like a kid. You know what I mean? And in the book, it was about a certain battle in World War II. And there was information about this kid who fought and flew and then died in this battle. And my dad just got this crazy feeling around this kid. He was German. He was with the bad guys. He was with the Nazis. My dad's Jewish, by the way. He got this crazy feeling around this kid and was just like, I know him very well. Like, I, he just had like this wild moment. And he looked and he died the day before my dad was born. Was it the same year? It was a story told to me a long time ago, but he died the day before my dad's birthday. And my dad got the chills and was like, in his mind, he envisioned this kid who was told to do what he was doing, kind of dying, going to spirit. And he felt like they were like, oh boy, this kid. Yeah, I mean, you weren't like evil. So, let's just find him a nice Jewish kid about to be born so he can make up for that karma or whatever. And then boom. So my dad believed he was this kid reincarnated. He didn't talk about it that much. I don't think it was like on the forefront of his mind every day, but like he had a moment and was like, oh my God, I was that fighter pilot. That's just how he felt. It was like this moment, this subtle moment. So, cut to however many years later, I'm talking with my son, Asa, and I've told you about me and Asa's angel stories. Literally, if I haven't told you about me and Asa's angel story, I swear that I have. But if I haven't, please DM me and I will tell you that story immediately. So, anyway, years later, I'm talking with Asa, and he asked me something about past lives randomly. And then he was like, well, what were my past lives? And I'm like, well, I don't know, Asa, you tell me. And he was like, what do you mean? He's 11. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what were your past lives? He's like, I have no idea. I'm like, no, really, Ace, just like, what were they? Just like, what comes to your mind? He's like, Mom, nothing comes to my mind. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, Asa, just go loose. It's okay. What do you hear? And he goes, I was a fighter pilot. And I was like, what did you just say? So let me backtrack. My dad never told anyone else that story. Obviously, he told me since this is something I do. I asked my sister, my younger sister, do you know this story about dad? No, never heard it. Asa has not, I'm going to repeat this, has not overheard this story, overheard anyone talking about it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys know how honest I am. So I'm like, Asa, just what were you? Just like, it doesn't matter. Just say it. And he was like, a fighter pilot. And I was like, what did you just say? And he was like, I don't know. I know that's weird, Mom. It just like came to my mind. Like I was a fighter pilot. I'm like, Asa, are you serious? And he's like, what? And I was like, Grandpa Joel believes he was a fighter pilot in a past life. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, a fighter pilot? Like there's a badrillion things you could have said. And he said, a fighter pilot. And in that moment, we just looked at each other and there was a soul acknowledgement that my dad and my son had known each other before and were fighter pilots together. It was just mind blowing. And I know I pushed him a little bit, but I pushed him not to think and just kind of go loose and light, like, I don't know, fighter pilot. You know what I mean? And he didn't go like, I don't know. I don't want to do this. You tell me. You know what I mean? I was like, Asa, just say it. Like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Just go loose. And it came. So the point of the story is that if you want to tune into a subtle vibration, sometimes it has to just be loose and almost like, I don't know how else to explain it, but like not a big deal. Like, it's cool. What am I feeling? What am I seeing? And say it. Happens all the time when I've taught courses before. People, I will tell people ahead of time when they go in to meet their spirit guide, right? I do a visualization, we prepare for it. It's in my course, but I'll tell people, you are expecting to see a person, a dude or a girl standing there like, hey, what's up? I'm your spirit guide. Do you want to go shopping? You know what I mean? That's probably not going to happen. That's probably not going to happen. You are going to see something that you're going to go, what the hell does that mean? Or, wow, I've always loved flower, you know, that type of flower. Or, right, you may go in or you may start connecting with your spirit guide and see, you know, a ball of light. You may go in and start connecting with your spirit guide and see a feather. And you're like, that may be the symbol that your spirit guide wants to work with you. It is going, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, spirit. You start working with your spirit guide and you just get a certain feeling in your body. You start working with your spirit guide and you feel a sense of peace, and that's it. And you don't actually see anything. You start working with your spirit guide and you see a person, you know what I mean? Or you hear a name. It's all beautiful. It's not always what we expect. So I want to tell you guys listening, you are connecting with your spirit guide. Your spirit guide nudged you to push play today. Right? And you probably didn't hear someone go, play, 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 right? You're probably like, oh, which one is this? Oh, yes. Okay, cool. It's out. Or maybe you're like, I don't want to listen today. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to listen, right? That gentle, I'm going to do that. It is like a feeling you got. I'm going to listen. Subtle vibration, spirit working with you. You're already working with your spirit guide. Yes, you have a spirit guide. Yes, spirit is working with you. But please accept that it's subtle. Now, it also is amazing when we see signs, guys. It happened to me. I think I told you that story where I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do signs. Right? Like I don't like play tricks with spirit like that. And I did it once and like this sign was bananas. You know what I mean? So of course it can work. But the problem is that we get so disappointed when it doesn't. We're like, I thought you were going to bring me, a red rose symbol or whatever. And then when it doesn't, or you go and get a reading and you're like, okay, grandma, say, daffodils. And grandma doesn't say that through the medium you're working with or through me. And you're like, wow, none of that matters. Meanwhile, you got a billion other things that were just perfect. So it's accepting what comes. Let me tell you something else. I just talked to a woman this week who took one of the courses. When she went in to meet her spirit guide in one of the courses, she saw a symbol. And she was like, okay, that's the symbol. She kept working with the practice, right? The practice that I taught her. She kept working with it. She called me last week for a reading and she was like, I have something to tell you. I kept seeing a symbol over these years. And finally now I practice it. I went in and I see my guide in another way. Had I not been practicing and I had seen that day one, it would not have been good. Because one, she wouldn't have believed it. And two, it would have been too much for her soul to process. Let me repeat that. Sometimes when we see things too soon, we do the same thing we do with other signs. No, that's not right. That can't be it. And then we reject it. So where you are, right where you are, spirit is, God is, you are. Give yourself gentle love, grace, give spirit grace, and know it's a subtle vibration. Okay, let me tell you another story. This is about my dear friend, Jessica Cartalia. We just did 2 episodes together, as you know. There is a part 1, there is a part 2. If you haven't listened to them, go and listen to them. You will love it. Okay. Let me see if I remember this correctly, exactly how it was stated. We were talking about connecting with those who have crossed over in one of the podcasts. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2. In that episode, we were talking about signs. In that episode, Jessica said that she wants to connect with her grandma. And she was like, yeah, like I know that sometimes I connect with her. And I may be misquoting her, guys. Go back and listen, but this is what I remember. She goes, yeah, I know sometimes we're connecting, but like I just want someone to walk up to me and say, hello, Miss America. And then I'll know it's my grandma. And I'm like, wow, what do you mean? She's like, well, my grandma called me Miss America. And she's like, as much as I think I've connected with her, I've never had that sign. Like someone say like Miss America, or I am like thinking of my grandma and like see something Miss America. She's like, it's never happened. But like, I feel like if I see that, like, then it would be confirmation from me. And she was so happy and so light about it. There was no intensity. There was no squeezing it. It was just this beautiful thing that she kind of shot out into the universe like a rocket. She matched the feeling. It's joyful. It's a joyful vibration. It's that higher vibration. When you're happy, when you're joyful, you're up high. And then you can tune in, right? So she shot this thing out in the universe like a rocket, okay? We record on a Sunday. Monday. She texts me a picture and she goes, Erica, I just came into my station. She works for ABC. I just came into my station. She doesn't go in that office a lot. I sat down at a desk. Oh, totally random desk. It's not my desk. I don't sit down there. I wasn't even supposed to go in today. And I sit down at this desk and there is a plastic Tupperware under the person's desk. And in that Tupperware is a lanyard sticking against the Tupperware so you can see it clearly. And it is a Miss America lanyard. And it says Miss America all the way around the necklace. Well, hot damn. The next day, she's sitting here with a medium. She's joyfully thinking about Miss America. She thought of her grandma and she felt happy. Like, isn't that so cute that she called me that? I would love to see that. She shot that joy out like a rocket into that beautiful vibration of spirit. She didn't expect anything from it. She just felt it, felt joyful around it, felt joyful about the Miss America connection. And the next day, she gets a big sign, Miss America. So part of working with spirit is also matching that vibration, feeling good, feeling joyful, quieting the mind so you can breathe and tune in, letting yourself match it. Sometimes I think about working with spirit, like I talk to a lot of people that want love, really want love. I think every single person on the entire planet wants love, right? But a lot of people looking for love. And sometimes their guides say, if your perfect match came and sat next to you at a cafe, you wouldn't even see them because you haven't matched that energy of being available, being open, matching, like I am lovable, I'm putting out love, like, right? Doesn't mean it's your fault. No. Does it mean you should feel bad about yourself? Absolutely not. Of course not. But it's about saying, hey, I want to feel that vibe. I want to feel that love vibe. You know what I mean? I want to feel those good feelings. I'm going to close my eyes and take some deep breaths and just imagine a person hugging me and feeling really good about them and feeling those butterflies and feeling this heart match. Yeah. Shoot it out like a rocket and let it go. And then you'll be sitting in there at the cafe and you're just like, oh, I've just shot this love bubble, this love thing out like a rocket. And then you're like, whoa, who's this person sitting next to me? There is a match energy that has to be met. There is a tuning in and a vibration to listen in. Did this podcast serve you? It is about breaking down demands and requirements of spirit so that they can serve you so you can believe and feel better. It is you that has to raise your vibration. It is you that doesn't have to, if you want, right? If you want to set intentions to match that vibration, it is you that meets spirit. Spirit always is. Spirit's always there. This is you to tune in. This is you to accept gifts that spirit give us all the time. It's very hard for spirit to keep just sending and sending and sending. And all of it, you're going, nah, that's not it. Nah, that's not it. Nah, that's not it. Right? Be available to spirit. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, a rainbow. Great. Yes, thank you. I just got a nudge to listen to a podcast. Yes, thank you. I just got a nudge to take that course, whatever it may be. Yes, thank you. I shot good vibes out like a rocket towards my grandma, and here it is, Miss America. The next day, she's never, ever gotten a Miss America sign, ever. Be nice to yourself. Let where you are be right where God is. Let where you are be enough. Know that spirit brings forward what you can handle at that time. You're not going to have the love of your life sit down next to you if you're not ready. You know what I mean? But once you create that readiness, your energy starts to open and be available and draw in that energy and magnetize that energy. Spirit will bring what you can handle. If spirit sends you a sign and you go, oh, that's not it, your soul can't even process that sign. So why are you going to get now booming voice signs? That would scare the ever loving shit out of you. You don't think it would. You're like, it's okay. If I hear a booming voice, like, I get it. That's real. No, because your spirit is not aligned with that. So it will rattle you, unhealthy. So when you see a sign or you feel a subtle vibration or hear a message, just say thanks. Awesome. Great. Be open to it. And then it will start unraveling for you in a really nice way. Okay, that's going to be it for today. Thank you again for all the feedback. Hop on, go to @spiritualmedium.Erica. Click the link in my bio, even just to check it out. Join me. You're not too late if this is Tuesday, the 4th of 2025. Truly love this community. Truly. This is a sacred place, a special community. Wouldn't it be cool if I could do a live podcast and you guys could come and we could talk about stuff and you could ask questions? Does anyone own a theater that wants to host me? This is all just I'm rocketing this right now, you guys. I'm shooting this out into the stars. Does anyone own a theater and wants to host me? And everyone can come and ask questions, and we can vibe super freaking high. That'd be dope. Anyway, I love you. Thanks for listening. Please take away from this that you are not alone. Spirit is with you. God is with you. And so am I. Stay tuned for lots more great episodes. God bless, guys. Be well, be kind. Take care.